Hello everyone and welcome back to the shop. Glad you could join me again. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of light carpentry repair to try to save a couple of bucks. This is a project I've been putting off for a little while, but it's about time I got to it and I can share it with you guys, try to help you along the way, see if we can both save a couple of bucks. By the way, before we get started, if you enjoy the kind of videos that I do, whether it's repair videos, automotive, DIY projects, whatever they may be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notified of all future videos I produce, and hopefully along the way I can help you save a buck or two, or solve a problem too along the way. Anyway, let me explain the problem that we're talking about and get started. Okay guys, so today's project is we're going to be working on this baby right here, which is my tool storage unit, tool storage cabinet, tool storage, I don't know what these things are called. Anyway, it's for tool storage. It's basically a chest of drawers, which is a fancy word for a big tall dresser. And what I did was I turned this into a tool storage unit. I keep all my tools in there. And it's perfect for the garage because it is a laminated unit. It has a laminate top, laminate all the way around the thing. It's all laminated. So it's very easy to clean, maintain, and doesn't get all grungy and disgusting over time. You spill something on it, oily, grease, whatever, wipe it off, no problem at all. So this unit has a little bit of a problem with the droopy bottoms. And that's common for something when they start getting a little older, they start getting the droopy bottom, and we're not going to toss it out because of that, because it's still good. And in case you don't know, I'm cheap, and I don't like to throw things out if I don't have to. So I'm going to fix it up. I'm going to fix the old girl, lift up her droopy bottom, give her some reconstructive surgery, and make her even better than she was before. And this is a good quality unit. In case you can't tell, this comes straight from Sweden. It's from that fancy company, what is it, IKEA. That's the one, IKEA. And we all know the Swedes are world-renowned for quality furniture. I mean, how they went from being Vikings to quality furniture makers, I have no idea. But they know what they're doing. I mean, the only Swede that I know is the Swedish chef from the Muppets, but that's a whole different matter for another day. Anyway, so this baby needs some attention, and we're going to give it to it. We're going to fix her up. We're going to make her functional. And in case you're looking for a way to save some money, this is a perfect example right there, how to save yourself some money. If you don't want to spend a bundle of money buying a metal cabinet to put your tools in it, this is perfect solution right here. If you have an old dresser or something like that that you don't need inside anymore, bring it out to the garage. You can see it is a very convenient size. Has big drawers, so you can put a lot of stuff in it. It's tall, compact, narrow. It takes a lot of stuff and it doesn't take a lot of room. So it's very, very useful. So if you have one inside the house you don't need, pull it out to the garage. Or if you're cheap like me, I found this unit. I didn't have to pay anything for it. The only problem it had was the top drawer up here was not there. It didn't have a top drawer. All the other ones were there, but the top one was missing. So I had to make that top drawer myself. So since I overbuild everything I do, that top drawer is not a problem. We're not going to mess with that. The other ones need to be fixed and made to work properly. So that's what we're going to look at. Okay, so when I found this unit, it did not have a top drawer. It had a big hole right here, so there was nothing there. I don't know what they did with the top drawer, but it was gone. So I made my own top drawer, and I made it nice and big and beefy. I always tend to overbuild things when I do it. So this one, as you can see, works beautifully. Rolls in, rolls out, no problem at all. And I have it loaded up with a lot of stuff, but you don't hear any rubbing or scraping. So you see that's easy enough, no problem at all. Now, when we go lower down, and I have it more loaded up with heavier tools, you'll see, and this is the IKEA manufactured section, the 4 lower ones, you'll see exactly what I mean right now. Okay, so when we get halfway down the chest of drawers, listen to this one, how I'm going to pull it out, and you're going to see how it sounds. It is rubbing considerably at the bottom because it has the droopy bottom. So we got to fix that up. I'm going to reinforce it so I can keep this baby just the way it is. Nobody will be able to see it from the outside, but on the inside, it'll be reinforced and it'll be a lot stronger, able to hold up all the tools that I put in it. So here's an example of the drawer that I built, and you can see the thickness and the difference, and I gave it a full box all the way around. It has a box, support on the front, support on the back, and a sturdier bottom to hold up all the tools that I put in it. So that's a good sturdy box. I don't have to worry about this one. Now the IKEA one, here's an example of that. You can see a lot thinner on the edging here. Compare the two. Thinner, thicker, big difference there. And it is not a full box. It has nothing around the front. It uses the outer cover as a support. So that makes it a bit weaker. So we need to reinforce all these drawers that I didn't build. Okay, so this is one of the bad drawers. You can see I keep my sockets and wrenches and all that stuff in here. And I tried to distribute the weight. I used to have more in here. I tried to distribute the weight between this and other drawers, and it made no difference. It still droops like crazy. What I decided to do is I'm going to put a support on the inside. I'm going to give it another bottom, a stronger bottom, to avoid losing a whole lot of space in here. You could go as crazy as you want with it, but I don't think it's really necessary to go very crazy. You could either put a piece of plywood that's either 3/8 thickness or 1/4. That's probably as thick as I would go, is the 1/4. Because if you start going 3/4 inch or something, the drawer becomes way too heavy and you start losing space inside the drawer. So I'm going to go with a 1/4 inch, which is some scrap plywood I have lying around. I don't want to go out and buy any plywood. May as well make the most of what I have. So let's measure this puppy out. And it looks like we're going to need 28 1/4 wide by 17 deep. And all we're going to do is make a bottom, and we're going to slip it inside here, screw it in from the sides, and that should give it another stronger bottom that I can put everything on top of that. You can't put it in from the bottom up because the bottom is flush at the bottom. So in other words, it would rub against the rails and everything else in here. So you have to put it from the inside, not from the outside up. So that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, let's do a test run. Let's see how the old measure once, cut twice method worked out for me. Let's see here. We're going in dry. Hey, what do you know? It's a perfect fit. I guess you get lucky sometimes. Alright, so we know my measurements are accurate. So we can keep going and, I don't know, a bunch more to cut. Okay guys, so here we have one of the drawers. I emptied it out and I put it here on my little work stand upside down, and you can see if I lift it up, because right now it's supported by the stand, but if I lift it up you can see how much movement that bottom actually has. It has almost an inch of movement, which is quite a lot, so that's no good. So I have to square it all up, and then I'm going to put the base on it. Here's the base that I created. And I'm just going to show you how it cannot be used. Look, you can see the difference there, how it's sitting up so high. It's floating on it because of the bulge in the middle. But I was going to show you, you can't put it in from the bottom because you see right there, it's flush here, but it won't be flush back there, and it'll hit on the inner workings of the dresser itself. so from the outside it doesn't work. And there's nothing to grab onto all around, so it won't work this way. So what we have to do is, I'm going to take up this drawer right here, put this on the inside, and put it back on here upside down so we can attach it from the sides. I'm going to put screws on it from the sides and nail it from here so we can get rid of this plate. Because since this is already deformed and warped, it'll stay that way unless you have something to pull it down. So once I put in the even plywood that's on the inside, then I'm going to glue it and nail it to the inside and push it in to get rid of this movement that we have. So that'll give us a nice solid surface to work with. Let's do that. Go. Now that feels a lot more solid. That's not going anywhere. The glue and the nails will hold it together perfectly, and now I'm going to nail it in from the sides. Okay, so here's a side view of the drawer, and these are the tracks that the drawer rides on. And it has screws already holding it very lightly onto the side panel of the drawer right here. What I'm going to do, these are very, very shallow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use these same holes, instead of having to drill more, there's 3 holes on each side. I will use the same holes to drill straight through into the plywood panel that I just put in there. I'm going to put in some 2-inch nails, which will do an excellent job. And these little ones can come out. See, these are very shallow and they don't go anywhere. They don't even stick out of this panel. But I'm going to make sure right now it goes right through. So this guy is going to go right through into the plywood and secure that permanently. And it's perfect. Nothing's sticking up. I don't feel anything up there, so it's perfect. Grabbed right on into the plywood. So I'm going to do this for the rest of this side and the other side. Okay, I secured it from all around, put screws on the sides like you saw, put glue, put nails from the bottom, all that kind of good stuff. As you can see, it's nice and solid. There's no movement whatsoever. And you can see, even from the bottom, there's no movement. Remember all the play it had before? We got rid of all that play, so that's all gone. So now it's nice and square. Let's put it back in, load it up, and see how it performs. Okay guys, so I put it back in. She's all loaded up with tools. How do you think it worked? How do you think it performs? Let me show you. One-handed. Very simple. No dragging. No problem. No problem at all. All the tools I had in it before, everything is back the way it was. As you see, the brand new bottom down there. What I may do is I may take some time after I finish everything else, and I may just paint them all so I don't have the rough plywood finish. I'll paint it with some good paint, and have a nice smooth finish to it so I don't mess up my delicate hands. Anyway, so this goes to show you how you can save money with just some scrap plywood lying around, scrap furniture that didn't cost me anything, turned it into a useful tool storage, tool cabinet system. Didn't have to spend hundreds of dollars to accomplish this. As you see, it performs beautifully. Now this will last me for quite a long time and didn't cost me a penny. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up and be sure to hit that subscribe button so I can show you ways in the future how you can save money and make do with what you have around the house, or simple things you can find and make into something better. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.